time. There's so much that's been going on. You see, I rebranded my YouTube, girl. Keep it cute, okay, with a K. Yeah. I have genuinely been just enjoying life and living it. As we know, I'm medicated now. I got my little mocktail mojito. I've been seeing all these Am I the A-hole videos on YouTube, and I have been seeing like Am I the A-hole videos on TikTok and all these places. And you know what? I want to read some and I want to judge some motherfuckers, okay? I want to do it. So we're testing this out right now on my phone because my good camera, shout outs to my man, is charging. So the first one we are going to read is, Am I the rectum for making my sick husband clean up his vomit? I feel like just reading this, you're given that, you know, you're given a little bit of the rectum. You're given a little rectal cavity. It's there. I don't know, but let's read. Let's read. There might be some things we learn, okay? We might be missing some context here. I had to get situated. Cozy, you know? Throwaway. My husband has been dealing with a stomach bug of some kind for the last few days. Vomiting, diarrhea, nausea, etc. I've been taking care of him in the house and kids by myself because of it, which is a lot of work with 2 under 5. Oh, I get you. Okay, I have 1 under 5 fighting for my life. This morning, my husband wanted to try eating something, so I made him toast as requested. As he was on the couch nibbling on his breakfast, I was making our toddlers their breakfast and feeding them when I hear him violently gagging in the other room. That's scary. He'd been hanging out in the living room during this entire illness, so he had a trash can there in case he had to puke or whatever. I called out to him to remember to use it or to go to the bathroom if he thought he was going to vomit. He didn't listen and threw up all over the floor and got some on the couch. But like at the same time, like when you gotta vomit, girl, you gotta vomit. You gotta give it to the man. He has a stomach bug. When you gotta throw up, you have to throw up. I don't know. I feel like you're giving the rectum, girl, but we'll keep going. Husband then comes into where I'm feeding our kids and says he's gonna go to our room so I can clean up his puke. Did he say it like that? Because if he said it like that, like, you could have asked her, like, hey babe, could you actually please clean up my puke because I just really don't feel good. Communication. I said absolutely not. There was really no reason for him to vomit all over the floor, so he needed to take care of it. I had been cleaning it all weekend already without complaining when he was getting sick by surprise. But he has plenty of time to prepare for this and not make a mess. Husband is now all mad at me for not showing him a good bedside manner. So am I the rectum? I feel like, I don't know, there's an update here, so maybe we should read the update. But like, before we read the update though, I feel like there's a lot of layers here because like, yes, your husband can clean up after himself. And yes, he should have. I feel like everybody's the a-hole. Because I feel like if you can't expect somebody not to just puke. I don't know. I just feel like I've been there. Like I've puked. Like it's panic mode when you're puking. You know what I mean? I don't know. But at the very same time, he did not need to come in the room and be like, hey, while you're actually dealing with our 2 kids, while I've been sick all weekend, hey, it's waiting for you in there. Because that's like the vibe that it was giving, that he, you know what I mean? I don't know, but there's an update. Update. Never expected so many comments. Feeling very validated. All day my husband kept making snide comments at me about not being a good wife. And anyone who cares about their loved one wouldn't punish them when they're sick. So I showed him your comments and it finally shut him up. Oh, Lord. I've received many DMs and there's been a lot of comments about hubby possibly getting me and our children sick. Don't worry, the rest of us are okay. Husband likely got food poisoning from eating food that had been sitting in his... I just realized that was on, so I'm sorry if you guys hear that. I'm going to turn it off in a second. That had been sitting in his work break room for nearly 24 hours. Thanks for all the comments. Oh my god. Okay. So we are going to read some of these comments maybe. So she has 3 children and not 2. I mean, I see both sides here though. Like, he had absolutely no reason to be like, go clean up my vomit, but she also didn't have any reason to be like, sir, make sure that you puke in the trash can. Like, puke in, like, I don't know. Maybe I just had to be there. I don't know. But hold on. I'm very sorry if you heard my therapy. Like, the verdict was that she was not the rectum, but I feel like they both could have communicated that a lot better. I don't know. The next one. Am I the rectum for giving my wife a dirty plate to eat off of at dinner? Absolutely. Like, is that a question? My wife is a nurse and she works long hours. Therefore, I handle everything in the household. She has been picking up more shifts recently because the hospital is understaffed. I'm the one doing the chores, taking care of the kids, making food, and I also work. It's all me. She has one chore, and that is when she comes home, she needs to do the dishes. The kids are usually asleep by the time she gets home, so I usually make dinner for the kids and wait until she gets home to reheat the food for her. The main issue is that she's not been cleaning the dishes. Are we being petty? Are we being petty? Your wife is a nurse. Are we being petty? Okay, all right, let's keep going. I have talked to her multiple times, but nothing has changed. She gets home, eats, and goes right to bed. She always claims she's too tired after her shift to do the dishes. She's a nurse. Okay, and when I'm mad. Okay, and when I suggest that she, I'm so irritated. And when I suggest that she does them in the morning, she claims there's not enough time before she needs to get to work. She's a nurse. I'm all right. Everything's fine. It's extremely frustrating to wake up and they're not done. That leads to me having to do the dishes at some point. This man doesn't know how to. We were talking about this again last Saturday, and she's not done the dishes since 4 days. Has not done the dishes since 4 days of not doing them, and I have not done them either. Ran out of dishes and served dinner to the kids on paper plates tonight. She got home after the kids were asleep, and I handed her a dirty plate to eat off of. Do you think that she wants to go to work and deal with people dying, people treating her like crap at work, people just like all this like terrible things? Because a hospital setting, if she's a nurse, I don't know what type of nurse she is, but in any type of healthcare setting, it's not like roses and sunshine all of the time. So to go home after you went and got a degree to be a nurse, you expect your husband to and I understand his frustration where he wants, like, he does a whole bunch of stuff at the house and he wants validated in that, which I get. Like, he could ask for that validation, like he could literally sit down and have a conversation with her and communicate with her, but he's like, eat off of a dirty plate because you didn't wash the dishes. All right, I told her that she can use that to reheat the food. We was not happy. We was not happy, and we got into an argument. She called me a dick for handing her a dirty plate to eat off of, and that I was home so I could have cleaned some dishes. I pointed out that this is her job and I'm not going to do it. That if she won't clean the dishes, that she can eat off a dirty plate. She's calling me a jerk. I told my sister the situation and she said I'm being petty. I don't think I am. Edit, because people have continued to ask, I work in construction 40 to 50 hours. She works in the hospital 30 to 60 hours, highly dependent on what is happening at the hospital. If she picks up more shifts or not, 36 is her normal, and she depends on that if she grabs 1 to 2 extra shifts. So I feel for you because you're in construction, because construction is nothing to play with, especially in the heat. I get it. 40 to 50 hours in construction is a lot. I can say that confidently. I'm not in construction, but I know, like, obviously that's gonna be a lot. You know what I mean? But I think that what needs to happen is there needs to be some type of conversation, because what you're doing is you're not having, and I get, like, he did say that he did talk to her about it, and I have talked to her multiple times and nothing's changed. So I guess he did really try to talk to her about it, and she's really not, like, hearing him. But I don't think that was where he needed to go with that. I really, really don't. I think he could have very well made a point by just not doing the dishes and using paper plates. Like, everybody uses paper plates. Like, handing her a dirty dish after a hard shift at a hospital is crazy work. Like, imagine that. Like, I don't know. I just feel like there's so many, I don't know. Let's see what everybody else had to say. This one's a long response, but we're gonna read it anyway. Upvoting this. These responses are insane, but not unexpected. I got halfway through the story and I knew how the comments would look. Because he is a man, he is denied support or empathy, and he is expected to just man up, grit his teeth, and endure without ever lashing out. If genders were reversed, there would be an equal amount of vitriol, but it would still be aimed at the man. And I say this based on what I've seen with people getting mad at men in that exact situation, because it happens a lot. The man works long hours and thinks women should take care of the home. I feel like I can see both sides. Even though she works full time, the man is berated. The wife is told to run from the relationship before it becomes more abusive. I find it insane that in both cases, whether the genders are swapped or not, the man is always the rectum. It shows a cultural and societal bias against men and a lack of empathy and support for their struggles. The women get empathy and support because her job is hard, whereas the man is told to suck it up. Sorry for ranting. I agree wholeheartedly with you, and I appreciate the hell out of you. Wishing you the best. I think that, like, I see all angles of this. I think that he could have done this in a way less petty way, but at the same time, I get feeling frustrated and feeling like you're not being heard, because especially if he's vocalized this to her a bunch of times, I would understand that. I think I would be frustrated too, but I think maybe I'll need to go to therapy or something. I don't know. This next one is, am I the rectum for not making the trip cross country to meet my nephew because my family are rectums to my wife? No, you stand with her. Thank you and good evening. My family hates my wife. Great way to start. Great start. They don't like that she took me away from the East Coast. Oh, here we go. She was bigger when we met. She didn't go to a good school. She doesn't want kids. She's too girly, then not girly enough. She can seem cold at first because she is a little reserved, and on and on and on. It has been hard. I was close to my brother, but he led the charge early on because she called him out for something and he didn't like it. He's the favorite, so they took his side. My little sister is the most neutral. I've talked to them about it so many times, but eventually just realized it wasn't going to change. My stomach is growling. I love my wife. I have no regrets. This past Christmas will be the last. They didn't give her any gifts, excluded her from the cookie party, and I caught mom and my aunts talking about her twice. I got us early flights and took her skiing. How fucking petty. Like, be so for real. Like, she called your son out. Ooh. Your son's never been called out? Oh, right. Her dad loves me. We have weekly cigar walks. That's cute. Her mom drops by just for hugs. That's even cuter. Oh my god. Her brothers and I have our own group chat. That's like the dream. You know what I mean? Like, that's like the goal. Her sister baked me a fucking birthday cake. It should be this way with my family. I'm trying to not be all emo, but this shit hurts. My brother, the favorite, is having his first child in July. They have asked me, not us, to come meet him. I told them no. I'm sick of the bullshit. Unless everything changes, I'm not going to waste my money. Mom got on the phone and told me I don't have to bring her. I should just come myself. I said no, we're married. We're a package deal. Slay King. First of all, I hope that man is getting neck every night. She twisted it to, oh, so she won't let you come unless she comes too? And I told her, no, I'm saying this. I'm sick of them treating her like shit. It's Jerry Springer levels of trashy. Dumb thing to say, and it set her off listing all of the grievances they have with her. Some of it is just stupid. She carries a water bottle everywhere she goes. Like, that hurts you? Mama, be for real. Yeah, mom. She's from fucking California. Dad jumped in to back up mom and accused me of holding adult problems against an unborn child. Said that I'm really going to not be a part of my nephew's life because my wife can't get along with the rest of the family. This is what I'm stuck on. Am I wrong? I do want to be in my nephew's life, and it isn't his fault, but it feels wrong to reward them because it just won't ever end. Somebody commented, the unborn child isn't going to be bothered by you not being in their life, which is true. I think it's just going to be very hurtful for you because you're going to want to be in your nephew's life, but I understand why you have to stand in solidarity, because at the end of the day, when you get married, you make vows, and it's no longer about just your family that you grew up with. It's not just about, you know, your interpersonal group from your childhood. You create another group, you know what I mean? Like, and you still have those people, and it's so weird how people can't differentiate the two. I don't know. a little sketchy. I think that 100%, like what all these people are saying, the verdict has been that dude's not the rectum, and I really don't think that dude is rectum. I think that he genuinely should just cut all ties and like go no contact with his family, and maybe that will show them that he is serious. Why they don't know that he's serious when he's a whole ass married man, I don't know. But you know, sometimes you just gotta go, you gotta go the extra mile to show people that they're being dumb, you know. Verdict, not the rectum. But I do think that it's going to eventually have some fallout there, because that's your nephew. You're gonna eventually want to see your nephew, but I get it. I 100% get it. And the last one for the day. Am I the rectum if I don't tell my gay son about this part of my past? Why does it matter that he's gay? Like, were you? Is this gonna give some euphoria? Is this Nate Jacobs' dad? Hi everyone, I'm new to Reddit, so I don't know if I'm doing this right. I'm a 53-year-old dad to 3 kids, including a wonderful son that is 16. For the sake of anonymity, I will call him Ethan here. I will also try to keep it as short as possible. Basically, my son is 16 and he came out a few days ago. I reacted very badly. I cried and basically locked myself in my room for a day straight, but not because he's gay. I do not care about his homosexuality by itself. I love him so much, and I've always been very supportive of gay people, I think, and even in the 90s when it was not as accepted as it is now. I never cared about it then. I even had a gay brother who was 2 years younger than me. And my breakdown to my son's coming out happened because of what happened to him. He was gay. My favorite person in the world, my best friend, my confidant, a bit scrawny, I thought I was gonna go in on him, a bit scrawny, LOL, but he had a heart of gold. Genuinely the kindest person on earth. But some people decided him being gay was enough to hurt him. 3 guys attacking my baby brother because he looked at them weird. I was there. I tried to stop it, but I couldn't do anything except call the police. And only one guy got caught, and yet the police did nothing. That's what happens when the victim is a gay kid in Nebraska farmland. They got away with it, even though my brother got missing teeth, a twisted wrist, and 2 broken ribs. He stayed in the hospital for 3 days. That is so sad. And ooh, I cannot stand somebody's little preference and who they want to love. That bothers you enough that you want to hurt them? And you don't think you need therapy? Oh, all right. Okay. The next day when I went to check on him, he had overdosed, and I still haven't been able to finish his letter. He was 19. Oh, that is so sad. I'm not gonna cry. And basically, I never got over it. I still cry myself to sleep some nights when I'm alone, even more than 30 years later. My son looks so much like him. I swear sometimes I wonder if he isn't reincarnated or something. And everything that I told you, I haven't been able to tell anyone. Not my wife, not my kids, not my gay son. They know my brother died and that I don't talk to my parents, but not what exactly happened to him, and that I disown my parents because they were relieved they wouldn't have to hide their gay son anymore. And I do not know how to tell them. It's already hard enough to type this with very few details to strangers on the internet. I don't think I'll be able to tell the ones I love if especially they ask for details. I'm broken, I know, but I don't know what to do. I know my son deserves an explanation, but every time I see him, I want to cry. He must think I hate him, and that breaks me even more, but I just don't know how to say it without breaking down completely. What should I do? Okay. So you got to tell him at this point. Like, I understand that this is trauma for you. Like, this is traumatic. Like, you tried to stop these people. Like, this is something that was super, like, heartbreaking for you. Like, your brother died at 19 years old just for being different. I understand that, but I think that what you can do differently, like how you can switch this narrative and like change the story, is to be there for your son in the ways that you maybe couldn't have been there for your brother. I'm saying, like, you are able to now, you have these years with your son, you know what I mean? Like, and you can it can teach him how to protect himself, and teach him how to be safe, and teach him to keep his eyes open, and teach him, you know what I mean, like the things that he needs to know, the things that you've learned from this experience. And I think that what's most important is that you have to tell him. He probably does think you hate him. You ran into the room and cried, and I'm not saying that like you couldn't have that reaction. I'm not saying that that's like a weird reaction to have, because if I had been in the same shoes, that's the reaction I probably would have had. But I think that you need to sit your baby down and tell your baby, hey, I love you so much, and this isn't about you. This is so much deeper than you. I love you and I respect you. And this, maybe even tell him someday I will tell you, but right now I can't. But I love you and I respect you, and I accept you for who you are. You got to tell your baby. That is the last one for today, guys. I'm gonna try to come back a lot more now that, you know, things are a little bit, my stomach is growling. Now that things are a little bit calmer, there's a whole bunch of stuff that I have to tell you guys about, and it's too much for this whole, it's too much to put into this video. So I will be catching up with you guys later, and I hope you have the best day. Bye.